Hey everybody, and welcome back to another product analysis review where today we're going to take a look at the last month of products because there's been a ton of stuff that had just come out. So let's get on to it. All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the new figure news. So we have a photo review of the Robot Spirits Crossbone X1 Kai Evolution spec, and it looks pretty good. So I've actually been on kind of a crossbone binge. So this is looking right up my alley, to be honest. So it's coming out December 2020, so it's coming out really soon. And let's see if we have an approximate price range for this guy. It's gonna be about $82. This is 8,200 yen with 10% of the tax included in this price point. And it looks pretty stellar. I think it retains a lot of the cartoonish look of the manga, which is definitely more accurate compared to things like the real grade crossbone. So it looks really good. No complaints here. And so the next thing we're going to be talking about is the metal structure that was released for Tamashii Nation 2020. It's made known to be the Sazabi. Here are some images of that. They look pretty darn good. And remember, these images are also going to be posted in links in the video below so that everybody can check them out. But yeah, they look phenomenal. And next up, we have some reviews for the metal build Astray Gold Frame Amatsu. Now, this guy looks pretty good. Granted, it is a little bit on the pricier side, going for about $275, probably upwards of $300 for this model, or for, I guess, this figure. You do get a little bit of differences between the old gold frame and this one, most notably the weapons and the configuration for the right arm. You get a little bit more ornate gold lines kind of spread out everywhere, including on the head section. But it does look very nice. It's a very handsome, very beautiful looking figure. So actually, I didn't mention this before, but let's take a look here. So this metal structure is going to be the same as the new Gundam, the 1/60th scale new Gundam, and I believe it's going to be probably a little bit more expensive. And I think the new Gundam costs maybe about like $1,000 if you were trying to get it here in the States. But yeah, I'm not really sure how much this one's going to cost. Maybe about $1,500, I assume. Next up, more crossbow news. It's the Phantom Gundam. Now, I had to do a lot of research on the Phantom Gundam because I didn't really know too much about this. But think somewhere between Victory Gundam and Crossbone, where you have the same crossbone designs, but you kind of also have that Minovsky particle or Minovsky drive system. So you got a lot of eye-field stuff kind of going around where it's not really working out to full efficiency, and so that's why it creates this like flaming type effect. This particular figure is going to be going for around $100, and I don't think it's an exclusive. It's a just regular Robot Spirits release, and it's scheduled to be out in April of 2021. Now, is there anything really special about this model kit? No, not particularly. It's actually a pretty simple design. According to the lore, it's supposed to be like as powerful as 1,000 mobile suits and that kind of stuff, but its weapons and accessories are pretty simple. It does not really look like a Gundam at all until you start attaching, these flame effect parts in order to resemble the V-fin. You also have, things like the eye fields, you have things like the faceplate, but the biggest gimmick with this guy, other than these flame effect parts, is the transformation. So this is a mobile suit that just transforms as is, and it actually looks kind of cool if I'm being completely honest. It's very unique. It's not something that I have really seen before. Normally, you're kind of used to seeing things like the Wing Gundam, where it's just a Gundam laying flat down, but this one's almost completely transformed. Now, it doesn't show the backside and it doesn't show what you do with the head, but I'm sure we'll see more as as the date closes in. Okay, so next up we have some Gashapon news with the Gundam GFY limited version. Now, I'm not a big Gashapon guy, but because the Gundam has been in recent news and they're trying to generate a lot of hype for the 1-to-1 scale, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of products coming out for this 1-to-1 scale moving Gundam. It's actually pretty articulate. Ooh, and I guess you don't get it, but this is probably the the limited edition version that you can get. If you happen to be lucky, you get that 1 in a million chance of getting the clears. That look pretty cool. Now we got some news for the Goof Flight type. It's coming in at, let's see here, 8,200 yen, shipped out April 2021, October 30th, 2020. So I guess the date just passed for you to be able to pre-order this stuff. And it's another great addition in the anime line. We're taking a pretty good look at it. Really like the colors here. It's definitely unique. And you still got those same proportions for the anime. And then here we have a Gundam Girls Generation figure announcement for Ida from Reconquista and G. We have it going for about $88. And it looks like it is going to be a premium. Oh, there is going to be pre-orders on Premium Bandai that closed on the 2nd. So sorry about that, guys. And it's scheduled to ship out January 2021. So on the off chance that you really want this particular figure, you can go ahead and try to scout it out, and maybe you can get it close to the original price point of $88. But it does look like a very nice sculpt of Ida. I really like those bones, character designs. They're just very pleasant to look at. All right, next up on figure news, we have the Gundam Converge High Mobility Type Psycho Zaku. So I'm not a big fan of Converges, but hey man, we're going to talk about it if it's Gundam related. So this thing is going for about $40. Available at the Premium Bandai online shop. And if you're a big fan of Thunderbolt and you don't have a lot of space, then these are great to pick up. They are small though. I would say that they're about right at the kneecaps of high grade kits. And this thing is definitely packing. So even with the short height, you got a lot of stuff on the back. So it's going to take up some real estate for you. So if you're not looking to get the high grade because you think it's not detailed enough, and you don't want to get the master grade because it's too big, then this might be a good compromise for you. And then we have news for the F91. Now the F91 has been pretty heavily advertised lately on Gundam Info because next year is going to be Gundam F91's 30th anniversary. So they're celebrating that with a metal build, and I'm going to assume they're probably going to make something along the lines of a real grade. We already have a master grade, we already have a high grade, we have a metal build, and maybe if this sells well enough, then we'll probably see a real grade, and I'm very excited about that. So we can see this as being a somewhat different version from the 2017 version. So a little bit different colors, more markings, and I think you get different types of weaponry as well. So you're able to swing around those Vespers up on top, and then you can swap them out for different types of weaponry here. And I really like this angular design of the F91. It just looks really cool, and I like the grills. I like all this etching that's here. It just looks really interesting to look at, especially this whole section, this chest section here. That's like the main appeal of the F91. Close up on some of these pictures here. Oh, that just looks beautiful. Look at that. So obviously these are going to be all aerial poses, and because of the limited number of weapons that you actually get with the kit, it should be very easy to pose, fun to play with, not a whole lot of accessories, but just enough for you to be able to do everything that you want. And with the action base type thing, I guess you can consider it kind of like an action base. I find that the metal builds bases tend to be very static. You can't really move them around as much as you'd like because you usually just have it in one pose and you just kind of leave it that way. But for the most part, it comes with everything that you could possibly want with the F91, and I'm really happy with the selection that you kind of get. All right, and that about wraps up the video. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.